my channel MPKNet. In this video we are going to discuss about Active Directory. So first I've set some tasks for the day. Um, I'll add the create backup. I'll add this as well. I'll do this if time allows. Alright, so let's start. So as per the task, the first task we have is to set the computer name. So let's do this. So I have my Windows Server 2019 hosted on my VirtualBox. I've already logged into the admin account. First, we need to set the computer name. For that, you need to go to About Your PC. And once we scroll down here, you can see the option for renaming the PC. You can go to Change Settings, and here you can enter the computer name. So the computer name would be for now it is DC1. I don't want to change it for now. So you can click enter whichever name you want to enter and click apply. That name would be applied. So you can also change this to the domain or work group. You can rename this computer or change its domain or work group. So by clicking change. So once that is done, we'll do the network configurations. For that, you need to go to the network settings. Okay. Here you can change the network settings. It will be by default selected as the DHCP option. This will be the static option. We can enter the IP address, the subnet mask, and the default gateway. And the preferred DNS address is either the loopback IP of this server, or you can enter this the physical IP itself. So once you do that, you can click OK, and you can apply the settings. So let's take a look at the next task. The next task is to install the Active Directory domain service. In order to do that, we can go to the server manager. You can either, the server manager most probably, at most times, it pops up when you log on to the system. Otherwise, you can go to the start menu and click the server manager. To install the ADDS, you have to go to manage, add roles and features, and these are some generic information. You can just go through it. Here you would have to select a server from the server pool, or if you have a virtual hard disk, you can install it on that hard disk itself. And in this roles section, you'll have to select Active Directory Domain Service and DNS Server. Once you click next, they'll ask for the features. Primarily, the group policy management should be installed, and uh, this will be default. The one with this black mark, it shows that they'll be selected as default. PowerShell will be default. Even the .NET framework would be default. Once you click next, it will show you a summary of whichever uh, will show you a summary in the confirmation tab. Um, and once you review that summary, you can click install and the services would be installed. Once that is done, you will have a pop-up here to promote the server as a domain controller. You can do that if there are of course it should be promoted as a domain controller in most scenarios. Once that is done, you can do the group policy management, and the Active Directory users and computers would be accessible for us. So the next task we have is create user group in a computer. So to create a user, you'll have to go to Tools, Active Directory users and computers. It might take a while because I'm running this as on a VM. So this is our domain name. Here, once you click here, it'll on this column of the page, it'll show everything that is contained. So we have a built-in, which is a built-in domain. We don't have to mess up anything there, and we'll have multiple containers and one uh, organizational unit by default. So this is a domain controller organizational unit. It'll be there by default. So I would recommend not touching that. Once that is done, you'll have to create users. To create users, you can go to click users. You'll have many all the users as a part of this domain. You'll have the administrator. This is a built-in account. Then all these are security groups, as you can see in the type column. And there's another user, which is the guest user. This is also a built-in account. In order to add a new user, you can click right click new. Oops. Click on user. You can give a name. Let's say Daniel. Let's say Daniel Harris. Let's say D Harry. D Harry. Okay, let's make a note of this guy here. It looks like the drag and drop is disabled. Okay, we'll just make it here. D Harry. We'll just remember that for now. We'll go to next. We'll give him a default password. And this must be checked on because in most enterprise scenarios, we would need the employee or the user to change his password when he logs on for the first time. So we can check that, or you can check this. You can disable this and check this. User cannot change the password. It will be the default password. And we have multiple options here. We can keep an account disabled until the employee finishes onboarding process, and once he joins in, then we can enable his account. So there are multiple ways we can do this. We click next. We'll have a review, a summary of the details we have entered, and click next. Finish. The user is created. So next we'll create a user, the security group. You can click this one, and let's say HR. Okay, let's click next. Oh, it's done. And to add this Daniel Harris to this security group, we'll just have to right click it. Go to properties, members. We can add a member. Let's say Daniel. Okay, he's added to the group. Let's click on apply. Okay, so once you click on this, you can see members. Daniel Harris is there. To move this and in multiple scenarios when we need to apply group policy management, we'll have to create OUs. So since this task is done, the computer part I can just show you here. You can go to new computer PC 5. Okay, click OK. He's part of this or I would recommend adding him in the computers container, so it'll be easy to differentiate. PC5. Okay, we've added the PC to the HR group as well. Let's take a look at the HR group. We'll go to properties, members. As you can see, PC5 and this user is also part of this security group. So now let's do one thing. We'll move this security group. We'll create a okay. We'll create an OU here. Let's create organizational unit. We'll name it as Alaska. And we'll create a new OU under this. Let's say city. Okay, so let's move the users and the security groups to this city OU so that we can apply the group policy management on this on these users and computers. For that, we need to go here and Daniel Harris, move to Alaska. We'll also move this guy. We'll go to computers and move him as well. Okay, now once we are in the city OU, we can see all the security groups, the user and the computers in this OU. So now let's take a look at the, okay, so we've created OUs. Now let's apply the group policy management on power and control panel settings. For that, we need to go to group policy management. We just have one for us here and one domain. Create a GPO. Let's say control panel block. Once you create the GPO, you can click edit, or we'll do one thing. We'll delete this from here and go to Alaska and create a GPO here. Control panel PLK. Okay, so once we click edit, we can apply configurations to a computer or to a user. So first we'll apply the control panel settings onto the user, and the power settings shows onto the computer. So to the user, let's apply the control panel settings. We have an option here, prohibit access to control panel and PC settings. We'll click edit, enable that, and click apply. So here you can see a summary of what all things would be removed, and kind of a detailing on this particular filter. So once you click that, you can just verify the state enabled. Okay, so now let's apply the power settings onto the computer. For that, you need to go to preferences, control panel settings, power options. Right click that, new, we'll select a power plan. We'll create a custom power plan for this computer. You can update an existing plan or delete or replace. For now, I'm just creating a new plan. Here you can put on additional, you can say granular settings here. See, you can change this. These are options you can see when you do it on your computer. So let's we won't be changing anything. We'll just create echo. So the eco plan is applied. Okay, you can see it here. So this is how you apply a GPM to a computer. I mean a GPO, group policy object. So we are done with that. Now let's take a look at the backup. Before that, I do have something else to do. We'll create a folder here. Let's say HR database, and we'll share this folder. In order to share this, you can go to this setting and apply it, and go to edit, you can either add a user who can have access, or you can add a security group. So for now, I'll just add the user, Daniel. Okay, only Daniel has complete access. Let's say, other than the AD administrator, only Daniel has complete access. We'll give separate access for PC5. Let's check it. Okay, the name is not found. Right, we'll do one thing. So just for demonstration purpose, you can create another user or add, let's say, I'll add a, let's say, PC, nope, advanced. Since the the computer is not created yet, we've just configured that computer on this Active Directory database. That computer should be you can say configured from the computer's end. So um, in order to do that, I'll just show a demo here itself because I cannot run the client version along with the server on my host machine because of the lack of hardware resources. So you can click administrator. So we have the AD administrator and the local machine administrator. So the network setting restriction we saw earlier was due to the issue that we've logged in as the AD administrator. Once we log in as the default administrator of this local machine, we can do anything on this local machine. So there are two administrators we have for this machine. So as I said, we can add security groups. I'll show you here. Let's say the HR security group. Yeah. So this underline represents that this option is selected, and you can just give him just restrictions, small restrictions like just read and execute list the folder contents read. So this will be usually given to normal employees. We don't want the employees to overwrite and mess up with the database. So we'll delete this for now. And in order to confirm that this folder is shared, let's take two backslash and enter the domain name and click OK. You can see the shared folder. See, this is shared. So that means any user to whom this has been shared can access this folder if file sharing is enabled on his end. So now let's do the server backup. Let's go to begin. It's been a while since I did the backup. Let's see if I remember it. Um, I don't think anything needs to be done here. So let's go next. Here we will have an option called Windows Server Backup. Once you click that, you can click next. If I restart this server restarts automatically without a... Yes. No, we'll restart it manually. Install. This backup can be stored locally or on any other file storage to which the target has been set to. So this is how the backup installation the Windows Server backup is installed. So I guess we have covered everything for now. Let me just verify if there is anything else. Oh yes, we can also do the let's say we can also deploy softwares. We can go to group policy management. I'll just show that as well. Here you can go to Alaska. Let's create a new GPO. Click OK. Edit. Oops. Edit that. Here you can see the policy section. This is the option we can select a user for this user or for the users of that OU. You can select a path. It should be a .msi folder. You can select that and click open, and that folder would be that application would be installed on the login once the user login onto the server, onto the machine. So that's pretty much it. Let's wait for this server backup installation to be completed. So in order for there's something I left behind. In order to have a PC, a computer, a part of this Active Directory domain service, we'll have to go to the computers and change the computer's name to something shorter, for ease of understanding, and change the computer from work group to a domain and enter the domain name, which is ad.mpk.com. So as you can see, the domain name is here, and once you click OK, it'll ask for the admin username and password of the Active Directory. Once we enter the Active Directory admin's credentials, that computer would be part of the Active Directory. It's taking a while. You can do the DNS managing over here. Once you click here, you can go to DNS. There's a DNS manager. Yeah, here it is. Once you click on DNS manager, you can make the necessary configurations here. Forward lookup zone, reverse lookup zones, even some you can add some trust points. Here you can view the events concerning the server. Let's see if this is done. Oh, it's still taking time. You have multiple options here. Windows memory diagnostics, the server backup. Once this server role is installed, you can go to this option here and do the backup. You can schedule the backup for a specific time or a specific interval. You can do it however you perceive it as needed. So guys, this is taking a bit too long. I'll end the video for now. I hope I've covered most of the basic aspects concerning the Active Directory. So alright guys, thank you for watching and have a nice day.